Hello, pit crew. Hi, Aardvark. How are you? Welcome. I hate your DB. I can't see it now because you're so small. Over there, next to the trees behind you.
Oh.
Kind of camouflaged.
Can they hear us?
Can you guys still hear us? I know I see the comments. I hear you, Aardvark. Yeah, I watched a couple. They had to take past couple of days and make sense of it all, and it's like I kept thinking that I'm not even sure if I have.
I am not sure what to think of all of it. We all knew there were some issues. We all knew there were some issues. I don't think anyone really expected the convoy to formally disband. The drop of a hat, quite like that.
Definitely not in the way that it happened.
So, got home morning, I guess. We did stop for the night for a couple hours. 5 or 6, I guess. I had enough driving for one day on Friday, so we didn't get in till about, I don't know, about noon on, I can't remember. I'm thinking noon yesterday afternoon.
I think it was a little bit before that, but
Maybe a little.
I don't know for sure.
So we unpacked some stuff and tidied up a little bit and just looked around to see what all had gone on since we've been gone. I ran out to look at a tree branch that had fallen at a lady's house the day before and went back there this afternoon to start working on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to be home.
It was nice to work. I missed it.
It is nice to get out and do a little bit. And I know I did some stuff on the convoy, but...
And I did work throughout the winter, but book work's a lot different than physical work outside. There are so many rabbits. They're just running all over.
There's a lot of rabbits. The grass is tall. My son did cut it once, and that's all somehow. But that's okay. We will. We'll get it taken care of.
But there's no outside animals right now. No outside pets right now.
Except rabbits. There's a lot of rabbits.
So the rabbits are really thick this year. But yeah, I'm still really surprised at how it all went down. Liberal moms asked, why did the DC convoy get canceled the first time Thursday night?
You know, I don't know. I think it had something to do. There were some people. We can only speculate. So we had agreed at a time that a handful of people knew of when we would be leaving. And at some point there was...
And we already was figuring on not being able to prepare for that said time.
I was not able to go. Mrs. Mechanic could have possibly found a ride, but I don't think she wanted to go in without me.
I didn't want to go in without Dennis. I could have had plenty of rides. He needed the Jeep to come back home. So it was like I felt like, because they never did leave, and when you woke up to come back home for a minute, they were all still there. So that whole time that you were gone, I kept wondering when they were going to leave and trying to decide, it seemed like the longer it went, the more I thought whether or not I was going to go. It's the cat scratching at the screen.
I was really surprised when I got up Friday morning and everybody was still there.
I figured everybody would be gone. He would have to leave. I would have to stay at camp all day. And I'm not sure, didn't really have any plans for when you got back except trying to fill in wherever we could. because I didn't think we would be able to get into DC once the initial people did. Um, and then, at that time, you weren't there.
Right.
The cops were there. Everybody who was there and people who weren't even there were texting, calling, saying how we had to leave, that the convoy was.
I don't think things would have, but I was surprised it went like that. I was very surprised.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
No.
I felt like we had no other choice because it was over.
Yeah, we didn't know
didn't
what
really
to
want to
do.
leave.
I think they went to an IHOP parking lot.
We went over there and checked it out, and I just couldn't.
There was a lot to think about. Really, we needed to be back home weeks ago.
And it's not really that they were unwelcoming or anything like that. It was purely I made that decision because I didn't want to sleep in a parking lot again.
No, they were
And
very.
that was mostly because I had that really pretty sight over at the speedway, and
Yep.
I had a fire going and the flag up again. The tornado warning on the side of the tent. Storm passed. It was real light. When I got everything back out, started a fire, put the flags back out, and then, yeah.
Miss you too, Tom. Stay in touch. Let me know what's going on. I had to come back home and make some money. Just how it is. I know you know. Yeah, I just don't know what happened or how it all it seems like a blink of an eye. Everything just happened in the blink of an eye. And I wasn't even there for it. I was really surprised when I got up that morning, Friday morning, and I was up early and out with the sun, and everybody was still there. Trucks were all parked, cars were all parked. Nobody was up milling around, which is not unusual at that time. I usually get them frequently first one up, third one up, something like that. But I just was really surprised. And then as the day went on, I was busy and I was driving through some real backcountry. I was streaming some, but I didn't read comments, so on and so forth. Somehow, Mrs. Mechanic's phone had been set to do not disturb, so she had no idea I was trying to get a hold of her, and she was just doing stuff around camp. And then it was mid-afternoon. I headed back, and I started streaming a little while after I left home. Oh, you guys were telling me, oh my gosh, they've canceled the convoy, so on and so forth. And I don't know. It was just a surprise. And then, I ended up, Mrs. Mechanic was streaming, and I was at the same time. You guys may remember that. I didn't know we could even do it. I'm not sure what happened there, but
thanks, Sean. And hi, Tom. Love you. Miss you too. I miss everybody. And yes, I did watch my streams, not so much for information, just because I wanted, I guess, information on where everybody was, how everybody was doing. I already knew that we were coming back home this coming Tuesday for work. We got here yesterday. It just means that we had a couple extra days to pick up, or not really pick up work, but do the work that we were putting off.
Some storm cleanup, or we had some heavy storms.
That's what I was trying to figure out, how long it was in the lake, because it was really slimy.
Thursday, she called me.
Thursday.
So
that bad.
Maybe it was Friday. I can't remember. But yeah, I got home yesterday morning. I went to work for a little while yesterday afternoon. Went for a little while today. And I'll hit it hard again. Yeah, we've checked out some of the live streams and interviews, and it's still just trying to make sense of stuff.
Yeah.
We had a good run. Um, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I was expecting out of the convoy. I'm not sure what I thought we would accomplish. Um, I'll be honest with you guys, the vax mandates don't affect me. Uh, my daughter did get the vaccine. That could be an encouragement. She didn't handle it real well. Shortness of breath, stuff like that. But by and large, I really don't even know what I don't know. Mrs. Mechanic and I.
Number 3 wants to say hi.
That's fine. She can come out.
You come out.
I don't know what we were trying to accomplish. I know the goals of the convoy, so on and so forth. Here's my youngest daughter. This is Sophia.
Hello. So I'm number 3. Oh my god, I didn't know I was on camera. Oh my god, I didn't know I sat down on camera. Hi, you guys. I thought he was talking to his phone.
Youngest daughter, she was the one who got rear-ended and they totaled out her car while we were gone. She's had to do a bunch of stuff she wasn't used to, getting groceries and taking care of this and that, and
Yeah.
dealing with auto insurance companies and stuff. But,
hopefully I'll get a car in these next couple weeks.
Have you got a check from the insurance company yet?
No, I'm going tomorrow after work.
That will be key.
Yeah, I work tomorrow.
That's every day.
I work every day. What are they saying?
Oh, they're just asking questions. And someone said hello to you, I believe. Yep, Max did.
Yeah, Anna 10 says, don't sit on the cam. Hi, Sophie. Next Patty says, oops, hello, number 3.
We do have a nice place here. The house is on about 5 acres, just a hair over. We've been here since 1998, and we like it.
What?
The house.
This house? Yes, this is the house that I've lived in my entire life, and it is so amazing.
Yeah, if you just want it.
I would love to inherit this house.
It is set up where we could probably turn the master bedroom into a studio apartment.
Alright, I'm going to the ATM.
All
Alright, love you.
Love you too. Be careful.
I will.
Next, Chucky will be to come out.
I did not expect her to want to come out.
I don't think she realized that you were on. We've texted her a couple times, and she's actually been on the channel once and said, hello, Dennis and Jessica.
Yeah, she
and
did.
then she was gone within a split second. But I don't think she really believes that people watch you.
No, I don't believe people watch me.
I mean,
I can't imagine that.
But I said I don't lie. I mean, I was as shocked as everybody else.
You seem more shocked than a lot of people.
Huh?
I said you seemed more shocked than a lot of people, but maybe you just know me well enough.
I don't know. Yeah, it's hard watching them all on the live streams and not being there. And some people came back, didn't get to spend very much time with them before everything went down. Right. I know. We're kind of stuck in between. I don't know. But we were going to come back and go to work anyway. So I guess everything time-wise worked out fine. That way it'll give everything time to settle down near DC. I've already started researching the Ohio groups. We do live in Ohio, so For instance, the People's Convoy Official Ohio, their name has changed, but not all of the states' names have changed as of late afternoon today. So I'm kind of watching that to see where everybody goes. Check in to see who the admins are on those groups. I haven't had time to research about the rally talked about coming up.
Yeah, there's supposed to be something going on in Ohio this Sunday. One of the guys from the convoy called me, Brian, and was mentioning something about it. He was interested in convoying around it. I think he's from southwestern Ohio.
And then also X-Rays Convoy.
X-Ray's got a
That's
convoy.
Colorado, and then convoy back to DC again.
That may be interesting.
We could boy on the way out there and just loop around. It's been raining all day. And
it's not too terribly bad, but that's because it's cooling down a little bit, I think. It wasn't super hot today. Got up to maybe 68 or 70. Yeah, guys, I just don't know who's left and what their plans are. I hope that anyone home can. I hope that the convoy, the remaining members and Santa support that. But to be fair, I think most people entered this knowing that fuel would only be paid during the convoy and to convoy, not for the return trip home.
And I think most that I haven't been able to make contact with have home, and they've been able to get home okay. Except for one's kind of in limbo, what she's doing, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then it seemed like everybody's found their place. I'm just not sure if they're, which convoy they went with.
I don't know if Butch went home or not. I did see him and talk to him a little bit when we went to get fuel. He seemed to be doing well and in good spirits. And that's one of the worst things about the way this all played out is that there's a lot of people there that I would have liked to spend a few minutes. Hell, by the time I got back to Hagerstown, everybody was gone, to be perfectly honest. They moved quick. And, I was still 5 hours away by the time the news broke. And there's a lot of good folks there that men, women, and children too that I both myself and Mrs. Mechanic 3 months. We've been hanging out in close quarters for a long time, guys. And whether or not you like these people, don't like them, or however it works out, it's kind of like you're stuck with them, so you have to make the best of it. Even the people that I didn't get along real well with, I managed to pretty well by the end of things. And I think that was probably true for most everybody.
It would be longer lasting.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I know.
I'm not sure what.
I was very hopeful.
And yeah, G-Fly, that's one of the things, because they were still asking for donations the day before. And then
there were a lot of reasons why they were upset.
Yeah. And I remember.
That, I believe, is one of them.
It's kind of like, I've seen this happen a couple of times. There'll be a, restaurant big parties, and they'll take a wedding date the day before they close. And so somebody plunks down thousands of dollars to reserve 6 months or a year, and full well that they're not going to be there, but they don't have any reservations about taking that last little bit of money. Just seems disappointing. I expect a little bit different performance.
And everyone kind of knew that we were running out of money as donations. Just because the ticker hadn't moved, a lot of people in the convoy were asking questions. They were not getting answered, and we're all the way on the other side of the country. So you kind of like make the best of it, and you keep going with the reason why you think you're there, which is to go to those rallies and spread the information. And, you just hope that the donations will come in, and they always did until we got home. Like a lot of the times, if the cards got shut off, like the pumps would shut off constantly because they would only go up to a certain amount. Fraud. So yeah, we did have lots of fraud. The card.
I don't ever remember.
But I don't think it was from a lack of money ever.
We never ran out of money. Usually it would take a phone call to the credit card company and say, hey,
and
I understand that
fast.
Right.
Because,
it takes, 15, 20 minutes, whatever. That's not a bad thing. If somebody grabbed your wallet and tried to buy $6,000 worth of fuel at the same station, hopefully your credit card company would ask some questions about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, we continued using the same credit card to purchase fuel right up until the very last day. That's all I can tell you. And I did see it. It's the same one we had the whole time. Mike Landis' name on it, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Have to check that. I don't know. I figure Brian was fighting more on a state level.
I don't know what Brian's up to.
Me either.
And I don't know how much we realistically raised the People's Convoy financial statement as a that should be publicly available. I imagine, I don't know when they incorporated. I think it was last year. It may have been the first part of 2022. So I don't think they're under obligation a year after. I don't think they need to file quarterly. I mean, I'm sure that there's a paper trail for everything. So we'll just have to wait and see if we're interested.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks, Dennis. And yeah, it wasn't bad folks there. We were good, and we were like-minded patriots. And yeah, the organization was really lacking. And we actually had a guy named Bob, who was the one who came with the smoker, and he had worked oil field management for many, many years. And I spoke with him for hours and hours. And shortly before he left, we started trying to whip stuff into shape. And that's about when we started moving meetings to like 8 a.m. and then starting on time.
It's when they, started following through.
Yeah.
And things started moving a lot more efficient, and we had a lot more time to spend together at camp or go off camp to get laundry done or get supplies. Gypsy had time to make food. not that, I mean, everybody likes Gypsy making food, but one that would complain to me about, he would never forget about a meal, and he would rather have time to prepare the meal than to, what were those meals that he would always like,
Tactical.
the tactical meals. He didn't like making the tactical meals. He felt rushed. I think he just liked cooking as a hobby.
Gypsy likes to cook,
putting food together,
and that's
quickly.
fine. He's good at
Yeah,
it.
but it was a lot more enjoyable when it ran efficiently.
I miss Gypsy too. I'd go in and see him every day, and Kitty and Cowboy, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith were always working in the kitchen, and so many great people that really gave everything they could, and good, and what it takes. And whether you're on a convoy or wherever else, or just in your hometown, you're good at something. Step up and help out with what you can do. You don't have to have kids in school to help out the school. You can volunteer at the library. There's so many things that you can do around your community. Um,
I don't think the Freedom Outlaws are anywhere near here.
I'm going to tell you something, guys. The Freedom
They
Outlaws,
left. They went home.
they went home. And
I do know that because they left before the police came. They left pretty early in the day.
before it was even announced.
I guess I think Big D and Hippie are there, so.
Right.
But that's hardly.
That's
That's three people.
Freedom Outlaws were upstanding
and
people.
the meeting
Believe
that
it
I
or
saw
not.
was like Santa with a whole bunch of people behind him. And I don't recall any Freedom Outlaws standing up there.
No, I haven't seen any. I didn't see any last night.
But I mean, we all really knew, I think, as a group that we were running out of money.
Oh yeah, we were tightening the purse strings, and of course we expected to. We weren't.
Right.
We weren't completely out. I can tell you right now, there's still cryptocurrencies that were donated to the convoy that have not been realized, and I don't know.
But even
what the
looking
deal with
back,
that
it's
is.
like us as a whole. Was it all we've got to hurry up and get donations for fuel? We went out there to spread information, and that's seriously what we concentrated on. And I think that it was just, we were doing right, so we were being taken care of.
Yeah.
You know?
The support from the locals and the towns
Yeah.
was unbelievable.
Hmm.
A lot of time we pretty much our only expense lodging, and a lot of times we did not end up paying for things like porta potties or um, handed out by Patriots. Some really amazing people um, along the way. I wish I'd had more time to spend with them. Meet him and talk to him for a few minutes, half hour or whatever. But no, it's pretty disciplining. And like I said, as much as anything, some people I may keep in touch with, others not so much. I said bye to a few people, but most of them have bailed before I got back. I have talked to a couple. X-Ray's doing well. 007's doing well. Gypsy's doing well. They're all headed different places. They've got stuff to do. We'll just see what happens. I'm not going to rule out going back to DC, but at the moment we got to get stuff back in order at the house, and if I can keep busy enough for a while, we can go to games like this again. I don't know when there won't be another protest lasting. Ass. I'll tell you is
Never really came across anything I would be willing to, or that I believed in so much, to sacrifice as much as my time, let alone go clear across the country and back in
right.
one little vehicle. I did not ever think that I was going to be a protester or do anything like this. I had really big plans for this spring.
You're shocked. It's less than a month till summer. I
You
think.
can just lay
Month
in there if
exactly.
you want.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Same thing.
What are you talking about?
Done this spring because we were on the convoy.
Oh,
So that's a long
like the driveway.
Driveway needs done. Drew could have went over to Dad's and got the Bobcat. I drove than me.
I don't know. We'll be on your chair, Mom.
All right. Thank you.
And you know, I don't know what's going on. Thankfully, it's not that I don't care, but I don't care. I got to let the dust settle. Right now, whatever's going on is not going to be the same thing that's going on in 24 or 48 or 72 hours. And, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, a jar full of bees. They might all just be hanging out, you know, there. And if you shake it up, they're going to be all through that jar. I'm not interested in being the one to pop the lid off.
Thank you, Anna 10. And that's the other thing. You know, a lot of people have left. We were dwindling down in numbers before, and I think those that stayed close to Hagerstown kind of split in between the two different convoys or movements or whatever. And then a chunk of them have left. So it's definitely not what I was gonna, what I was expecting.
Not what I was expecting. I don't know how many people are there. A couple guys I know have gone back and rejoined the convoy since Friday evening, showing up Saturday morning, Sunday morning. So
I watched it, except for Santa and the people behind him, so I still don't know who's there. There's still a lot of questions that you can't get by watching it.
like any way you want to slice it, whoever you want to blame, it's a mason jar full of bees that somebody shook up. And until everything settles down, there's not a whole lot of reason for me to even watch what's going on, because in the stuff I've seen today, I have heard a lot of great ideas from people that will be completely non-feasible if they incorporate the existing convoy, especially if they do it under certain nonprofit statuses. A lot of nonprofits.
You mean the People's Convoy?
Not the new one, the 1776 Restoration Project or whatever it is. There's just stuff when you, depending how you organize, there's a lot of stuff you cannot do.
I thought they were going to be LLC.
They may be an
I
LLC.
thought that's what I heard.
I have heard that. I
So
don't know
what's the difference between them?
tax exemption status for one.
So the 501 is the tax exempt,
Right.
and then if you're an LLC, you do pay taxes.
You do pay taxes.
But then you also have a lot more freedoms to do
That is correct.
what you want
That
to
is
do.
correct.
I'm pretty sure that's the route that they're
And that
going.
is probably the route. And it will allow
Yeah.
them to do some other stuff. I know I heard a lot about them wanting to have a democratic process for decision making, which
I don't think so.
I'd heard that from a couple different people just in passing, and it was in the background. But yeah, everybody always wants to vote on everything, which
Oh.
is, fine. But
I thought I heard Santa say no to that. Because I watched a lot more of it than you did, I think.
oh, definitely. I've
Because
only
he
caught a
sounds
few
a lot
minutes.
like you along the same thing about the constitutional republic. We're not a democratic
We're
society.
not a democracy. We're not a
That's what it
democracy,
is,
guys.
okay.
Straight up, not a democracy. Never have been. Hopefully, never
I
will
should
be.
know it by heart, but it's just, yeah. And then he was saying the same thing today that you said. And it's like, I think a lot of people don't understand the difference, and we're so used to saying that we're a democracy that,
A lot of people don't understand the difference, and we do vote, but we are not a straight democracy. They are rife with there's a lot of problems with the straight democracy. The Constitution for the United States is very well thought out. It really is. They played the what if game a whole lot, and the Constitution does not provide anything for the citizens. Its primary purpose is to limit government. It does enumerate, the Bill of Rights enumerates our rights, but it does not give them to us. Those rights are God given and inalienable. It, a lot of the problems we have today go back to unconstitutional policies. The framers felt that the greatest danger to the citizenry was an overreaching government. And the Constitution of these United States is set up so that the states have the power and the federal government really must bow down to them. But big government is never the answer. More government is never the answer. Um, there are occasions when we need a national government, but they're mostly for military, border defense, some interstate commerce, the road system. We need a federal government. We need them to provide certain service access on a limited basis, but become such a massive machine with there's a number of industries where more federal regulators on payroll than there are individuals working in the industry. And that's not how things should be. More people work in the Department of Agriculture building than there are farmers remaining in the United States, guys. Just let that sink in for a minute. And I haven't checked lately, but if I'm not mistaken, the gas tax costs more to collect than what it is. So that 62 cents or whatever you're paying a gallon on gas costs the feds something like 70 cents to collect. So you're paying just to keep them with the ability to take more of your money and squander it. I don't mind paying taxes. I don't. But if you make $1,000, I don't think 350 of it should go to the government. I really don't. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems. And they don't call it's a nasty place. And good people go in, they're overwhelmed by it. I just don't know what to do. We're being taxed heavily, and
We're taxed
30 to
multiple
40%
times.
range. We're taxed more, meaning let's say we keep $70 out of 100. So we can take that and we can pay our real estate taxes. We can pay gas taxes. We can pay taxes on the goods we purchase, except for food. They're pretty good about that. Now, if it's prepared food, will be taxed.
Keep stocking up on rice, beans, and pew pew seeds, says Texas Patriot.
Amen to that. Pew pew seeds. They're hard to come by these
Amen
days.
to that Texas Patriot about the pew pew seeds, yes.
Daniel, those are Canadian geese, and they are everywhere these days. My son hit one that broke his windshield a few years ago.
They're big birds.
They're big
and
birds.
They fly like right in front of you, but I think that they're protected. So he was really afraid of getting in trouble for it, and it was a complete accident. But I guess you can't swerve to hit them.
You can't hurt that swerve. Listen, they're thick around here.
Yeah, you can't swerve
and
to
they're
miss them
aggressive.
either, because they're in your way, either the geese or the deer.
But we've had not everybody's planted, I think, but nothing's popped up yet. We're just about it's what the 21st or 22nd. Around here, we're May 18th is the last frost. Corn you can plant a couple weeks before that. Frost won't hurt it until it's got 3 sets of leaves. But the beans weren't in until just recently here. But I don't think we're going to get a frost. Not at this point. So I really think that the federal government does need a tax base. I believe that the state governments need a tax base. But if you or I ran our homes the way and manage our finances the way they manage finances, we'd be broke in a week.
Yeah.
We can't just make more money. You guys know that. You guys know that. And they throw these numbers around like it's just pocket change. 50 million here, 50 million there. And
it's like the poem that G read all the time. It's very, very true.
But no, they take this money that's not theirs. They spend it without concern for where it comes from. And it's we're not being represented. You guys know that. And the people that go into Congress place, it takes a lot of moral turpitude to be able to stand through it. And not a lot of folks can. Yeah, retirement's tough. I'm really looking forward to some kind of Social Security reform. I have a great deal of respect for the people who came before us and worked hard. And if you look at inflation, so I went to the grocery today I swung out and just grabbed a few things. And I have not been going to the grocery a lot lately on the Convoy. And it was mind-boggling for me.
Well, a lot of prices are different across, so we didn't know, you know,
Right.
if it was just that area or if it was that much inflation.
I don't know. I don't know what we can do. I don't know how we can change it. Call, write letters, go to
Buy
meetings.
local.
Buy local. Buy local. You want to take away their power? Buy local.
Be kind. Get involved in your community. The bugs are horrible around
A lot of
here.
mosquitoes. Wet spring. I'm just hoping that this inspired some people. I don't care if they convoy. I don't care to contact the river up when they see something that's not right. Open your mouth. Don't be afraid to open your mouth. Other people think like you do. Don't go crazy. Don't go yelling and screaming. Speak calmly, clearly, articulately. Use facts. Don't bring emotions into it. We're, if nothing else, if this convoy doesn't accomplish
so much to fly around me.
anything besides waking some people up and encouraging, me and Mrs. Mechanic just spent umpteen days. Well, we were back at the house on, I think we left April 1st, as they were headed to
for California. I really can't.
California.
I never even went back to find out. So whenever they were, I think at Greenbrier, Tennessee, I believe is where we joined them. But that may have been the second stop.
I think they had been out one day already.
We missed the
at any rate,
North Carolina stop. But whatever that second stop was, is I believe where we caught back up with them.
We've been on the road nonstop
really
for like 40
North
some
Carolina
days.
either, so I kind of wanted to go there.
Yeah, paying for 24 eggs, taking home a dozen. That is exactly what I saw today. It was $3 for 18 eggs, which seems like a lot to me. Butter was like $6.79 a pound. And I don't know what I'm looking at. Ground beef was something like, I don't know, $5 or $6 a pound, which seems high. I usually just, Dad has been raising beef cattle for 40 years, so.
I don't know if you want to wear that sweatshirt anymore, honey. You can come out and show them. We haven't really told people. Yeah.
I just want to be on TV.
Yeah, she wants to be on TV. You can have my spot.
Sorry to hear that, Daniel. There's a lot of issues with food supply. One of the big things I've been hearing about lately here in the United States in particular is the infant formula shortage. But buy local. Go down to your farmers markets. If you see a guy with 6 or 8 cows in his pasture,
do you want to sit in the chair?
No,
they're for sale. Stop and knock on the door. If you see a guy with hogs, stop and knock on the door. Split one with your neighbor. Split it with your brother or your, whatever. Same thing with the cow. Go in 3 or 4 people on a steer. The food is just head and shoulders above anything you buy in the grocery. Let me put it this way. Most of your meat raised on a farm is going to be low end, right there with the best stuff you can order online, Omaha steaks or whatever. One of my customers actually sent us a nice Omaha steaks package here this Christmas, and we tried them out, and they were not bad. They were better than I expected. But it's still dad's beef. I don't know what to tell you.
Just sit in my chair.
But just, try local. Get local vegetables. A lot of places I'm seeing lately are putting in community gardens. If you live in an apartment or whatever and can't have a garden, check something like that out. A 5-gallon bucket full of dirt will grow a real nice tomato plant. Start like that, little stuff. My son and daughter built a raised bed garden while we were gone.
Mm-hmm. And repaired the fence.
Fix the fence, stuff like that.
Yeah. We shoveled all that brush out to the burn pile.
Oh, nice.
It was a lot of work, but now we get to eat non-GMO food.
There is that. And I don't. I know a little bit about industrial agriculture, and everything you get pollinated with GMO. Sorry about the news, but that's just how it is.
Yeah. As far as going back and joining 1776, like I said, we already planned to leave this coming Tuesday to come back for work because we have some stuff we've got to finish. Knowing that the other convoy was going to be there for 7 days, we were assuming there was nothing to go back to. We already left and came back home. I guess since I've already been burnt this year, I'm going to make sure I do my research and follow extremely well before I commit to anything this time. And I think we have time because we've got a couple of jobs that we've got to do.
We do.
So I know a lot of people, you all have asked that, and I just wanted to answer it real quick. But you guys can go ahead and start talking about GMOs again.
I'm all done with the GMOs.
I should go get Pearl.
I would just leave Pearl inside.
Okay.
I probably.
Well, Janice, I'm not at all surprised about head of the Department of Ag being a former Monsanto employee. When you get into big level stuff like that, it's more of a who you know game. And you got to realize a lot of these guys don't know. CEOs, department heads, stuff like that frequently have no idea what it is that they're managing. They just know how to manage. And to one degree, they don't need to know how X product works. They just need to know what it does and who needs it. But no, that's how it goes. The big lobbyists, and I'm sure that's what happened. He went from top level Monsanto executive to become a big lobbyist, and the next thing you know, he's appointed to a Department of Agriculture. That's how that works. If you bring in the money, they give you a job. And that's a big part of the problem with Washington. If you go in as a newly elected freshman senator or representative, in order to get anything done, or even be reelected for that matter, you're going to have to sit on maybe a couple committees. The only way to do that is you're placed on them. You're appointed to them. You don't, you can volunteer, whatever. But if you're appointed to one of these committees, your first order of business is going to be fundraising. And they're going to say, okay, you've got 10 days to come up with $15 million in donations. Gee, many Christmas. Where do you do that? Big ag, big pharma, guys like that are more than happy. They've got deep pockets. They can dump that kind of chump change on you, no problem. Knowing that, once they do, you're beholden to them. You won't get the seat on the committee if you don't come up with the money.
No, Chucky.
Guys like you and me watching cannot afford to finance that kind of demands that they put on them. The lobbyists are the only ones who can. Which, food, medical, transportation, any major industry has major lobbyists, and they cause major problems. So that's just one of the things, it's another one of the things that gets in the way of them. It's not as easy as showing up and voting what you think is right, guys. And that's due to large government getting bigger all the time.
I tell my friends to watch it.
Your friends don't usually seem to like to sit and listen to me talking.
I don't know. Some of them do.
But no, buy local. And if you don't know someplace to buy local, just get in your car and drive until you get out of the city. And pretty soon you'll start seeing houses farther and farther apart. And then you'll see animals in fields. And if they're not horses, go ahead and stop because they're probably food. It's that easy, guys. No kidding.
Yeah, there's signs all up and down Baltimore saying like fresh eggs and like.
But there's all kinds of places to buy stuff. Local people are growing more food than ever. People are doing produce. And sometimes you can tell who's got a big garden. So frequently, churches will have piles of groceries that, wherever you go to church, a lot of people in the summertime will bring in excess produce. Nobody loves working in the garden better than old men and old women. Retired and make it their pride and joy. And some of them are really, really impressive.
I know the Convoy was the first place that I felt it was okay to wear my Let's Go Brandon sweatshirt. You can sit with me, can't we? I think we can, maybe. I'll sit on your lap from now on.
Hardly enough room over there, girls. At any rate, Mrs. Mechanic and I are very pleased to be home. We're pretty disappointed about what happened with the Convoy and how all that went down. I'm going to let them, like I said, I'm going to let the dust settle for a couple of days and then touch base with a few people out there. And, I've touched base with a couple of people and they've got in contact with me and so on and so forth. But we're just gonna hang loose a little bit. That's all we can do. And I'm pretty sure there's not going to be some major upheaval in the next 72 hours. So I'm going to do a little bit of work around here. We're going to get the house picked up a little bit, yard back in order. There's a lot of weeding that needs done, mulch, mowing.
Drew mowed once. Still mowed.
It's like the People's Convoy is over, Rocky, but I don't think the movement's over. And I'm not trying to talk you into not unsubscribing from us, but I don't want you to turn people off. Keep open to all kinds of possibilities. Because like when I know one thing in Santa's meeting, he said something about having the other one join when they do something. That's, we've not heard of that before at the People's Convoy. It was always segregation.
And that's what we need to remember,
so,
guys.
Yeah, it's keeping an open mind and trying to communicate with as many people as possible and listen to as many people as possible to keep the ideas going. Not sure if, I really miss it. But like I said, we already planned to come back home this week and work. So it's like worked out that, we have time to think about it.
Yeah,
I don't mean to be like pessimistic or whatever. Not that I'm wishing them ill or anything. It's just like You know, I mean, I'm kind of like in shock. So for me to even think about going back and under a different name or anything, even with the same people, it would be really, really weird right now.
So
And that's just me.
the People's Convoy was not our first patriotic venture or protest or anything like that. We've got a many-year history of standing up and shouting when we think something's going on that ought not be.
Real quick.
And we're not done. It's hard to say what'll come next. If it'll be another convoy situation or something else. There's always stuff going on. Right now, we're just coming back. We got to get everything, like I said, back in order. There's plenty of work to do. Been gone for 3 months. There's all kinds of stuff to do. I wouldn't mind power washing the house. I've got a piece of soffit that's come down, and that's probably how birds are getting in. There's some trees that need trimmed. There's all kinds of stuff that needs done. And yeah, I got to get out and get fishing. I could go for some walleye. Perhaps Mrs. Mechanic would like to make a trip to Lake Erie.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What about Daughter Mechanic?
Daughter Mechanic?
Here, get up.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not going to fishing.
She probably want to go on the lake to go swimming. Otherwise, we're going to be using All right. I guess everybody's comfortable now. You can scoot down there. Dad can scoot down. He's just like.
They're saying hi, Daughter Mechanic.
Yeah. Carly says, hi, Daughter Mechanic.
Hi, Carly.
What exactly have you worked on your car?
What?
What have you worked on your car?
I have contacted the insurance company and I have gave them the okay to take my car.
Have you ever done any other kind of mechanic work on your car?
Yeah, mechanic work.
Oh, you mean like non-insurance? I have put wiper fluid.
Not bad.
In my car. And I fixed the radio one time.
Fixed the radio?
Yeah.
What was wrong with it?
That was in my old car. It just didn't work that well. And then I went on Old Millersburg Road and knocked it back into place. So that's about it, though. I don't know much about cars or mechanics.
Mike, I'm going to have to get up there and go fishing. I do have a boat, but I don't have a trailer for it. So if anybody's got a tri-tune trailer they're looking to get rid of, let me know.
Max Private says, nice sweatshirt.
Yes.
I didn't know the full story before I put this on and came downstairs.
But she wanted that when we were in Hagerstown the first time, so we got her one. But I'm going to do some work tomorrow, and I've got to do a lot of work tomorrow and every day for the next foreseeable future. But we'll try and get some fishing and hiking and stuff in. I don't know how well we'll be able to take you hiking live because we hit some pretty remote spots, like where we can't make a phone call or send a text.
We're just south of Columbus.
Yeah, we're not really in a city, so.
Yeah. But it's only,
about 45 minutes to downtown.
Yeah. We really appreciate everything that you guys have done for us and for the convoy. All of your support, your kind words. I loved reading your messages. We really, really do appreciate it. And like Rocky said, no, it did not go to waste. We did.
We inspired people to
We did.
stand up a little bit. If nothing else, just
We
talk
learned
to
a
your
lot.
neighbors.
And there's usually roughly about 3,500 to 5,000 people watching all of the live streamers. So that's still a chunk, even though we're kind of in that echo chamber. It is a chunk. And I do believe that could grow. Uh, I feel positive that we won't, suffer too much of the reputation of the past convoy.
I hope not. I don't think that we will. I mean,
As long as those people aren't in charge of the new ones.
look, guys, for a
And it's
political,
more transparent.
yeah, but for a political protest, this actually went pretty well.
That's what somebody said at the very beginning. Pretty long compared to.
It was long-lived. The transparency questions are there, but those will be revealed with the financial statements. I mean, that it comes out. So we didn't set anything on fire. We didn't take any buildings captive. All in all, it was pretty mild mannered. Hopefully, some people noticed what we were doing. And look, I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys have 2 and 3 and 4 hours a day to watch people talk about the convoy or be on the convoy, you have 10 minutes to make some phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
You
Or
do.
just talk to somebody in the grocery store at the gas station.
About what?
Just be friendly.
Oh.
Start up a conversation.
Yeah, kindness goes a long way.
Yeah.
And no good deed goes unnoticed.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Unpunished.
Most good deeds
What?
go unnoticed. We'll talk about that later.
Well, you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
You get what I was trying to say, at least.
Any more wise words?
Always wash behind your ears.
Look both ways before crossing the street.
Yeah, that's pretty much all.
That's all you know.
All I have.
Oh, those college dollars are well spent.
But no, just get out and talk to your friends and neighbors and people you don't know, and you don't have to start off, on a political rant. Get to know them first, whatever. Say, hi, I'm Bill, or I'm
Right.
George, or whatever your name may be.
I'm just still a firm believer in communication is the key, and I think if all of us as a nation start talking, it won't be bad. I think that if there was a lot more open and honesty and transparency throughout the past week, it would be a lot better.
I think she knows that one, Spectre. I'm sure I've told her.
What?
Watch where the Huskies go. Don't you eat no yellow snow.
I must have missed that comment.
Man, these guys are a hoot.
They are. They have really. They've helped us take our mind off the convoy for the past several weeks.
Oh,
yeah.
Chinker, I really that was the thing today. I can't believe I was so stupid. I can't believe we both were, I think, just really desperate.
That's the thing,
Because
guys. We're fed up.
Patriot Mechanic's
You're fed up.
pretty good at calling it.
I'm pretty sure Patriot Mechanic did call it
Well, there
multiple
were a couple
times.
that but I mean, then something would happen. Like I told you guys, like the one came to my site that one day, and I completely felt better about staying as if it was my purpose. And then, before that, I left the one rally in tears because I was just tired of it. And then, I wake up the next day ready to go. And I just really wanted to do something good.
You see more and more stuff every day about how far removed from reality everything's getting. And
You gotta like cover up that shirt or something, man.
Are people getting angry?
No, I'm just looking at it in the screen like, oh, not that I'm upset or anything, you can keep it on, just like do the one thing like that or something,
there's a lot going
Inside
on.
out.
If you do a little looking in your own state or city, if it's a big one or whatever, you will find
have like a little thing for your
like-minded people,
chips.
and they're more than happy to come talk with you, sit with you, protest with you, write letters with you. But yeah, that's what we're pushing today. Buy local. And food's the easy one, but if you're getting any kind of work done around your house, don't go with a national name. More than likely, you're going to get subpar quality if you want the truth. They hire guys who are new to the trades, and the worst window replacements I've ever seen have come from national vendors. The worst bathroom remodels I've ever seen have come from national vendors. There's a guy down the road from you with 20 or 30 years experience that'll make it look like child's play and do it for probably half to 2/3 the price with the same or better materials in less time. That's where you should be spending your money. Small groceries, small stores. You're going to spend an extra, couple dollars over the course of a year, but it makes a difference to the guy in town who has that store.
And it's where you can start those one-on-one conversations and have those long-lasting relationships.
Absolutely. And, you do that, and that grocer will keep cuts of meat back for you. He'll keep stuff back for you. He'll bring stuff in that you want, but he normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Because we live in a small town and doesn't have it. Ask and you'll get it.
Yeah. And we had a grocery in town and it closed some years back, and I was really disappointed. He had top quality, products and stuff, but everybody wanted to run out to the big national chains to get all their stuff. And, we do too. We shop at not Walmart, but an Ohio-based grocery.
Yeah, how many of you guys have heard of Kroger?
Probably a lot of them.
What about it?
I thought they were only in Ohio.
No, they're around.
And they have many different names across the U.S.
And just check out just the grocery stores. If you go to the mega box stores where they sell everything under the sun, you can get clothing and TVs and jewelry and food. They do have good prices on some stuff, but, Walmart is like $1.89 on a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese versus $1.10 anywhere else.
And so you got to kind of put it in perspective because the prices do vary.
They do vary. They do vary, and
quite a bit.
Check it out sometime. Take a list of the stuff that you buy and just price that stuff at a couple different grocery stores. You can do it online, I'm sure. Just put it in your cart and you'll have a pretty good idea what it comes to at the end of the game. But it's radically different. And yeah, the big guys will get you in there with a flyer full of $500 72-inch TVs that you really don't need. But your grocery bill will be 40 to 50% higher than if you just went to someplace that didn't have wedding rings, fishing rods, and tires. And mac and cheese, my wife makes some of the best I've ever had.
But it's not cheap to make.
It is not cheap. There's a lot of heavy cream and chicken stock in that. And boxed macaroni and cheese is one of those comfort foods for me from when I was a kid, and I loved to cut up a hot dog and throw it in there, or a can of tuna or something like that. And I'll eat a whole box of it just like that, and boom, good to go. Yep, Kroger is Smith's out in Wyoming.
Ooh. They have a couple of different names. I can't think of any of them off the top of my head, but I noticed as we were traveling, I saw quite a few of them, and then I remembered, hey, that's also Kroger.
Yeah.
So we could have went there in our Kroger.
To go to the Food Lions and the Piggly Wigglies and stuff like that. You go to these superstores and you just get swept away with all the stuff, and you don't pay attention to how much things really cost.
Yeah, that's something I noticed. Milk is like $5 a gallon some places.
Yeah. Sophia's been shopping for her own groceries for the pretty much first time for the past several months here.
Yeah.
So my son's been here too, but he'll kind of make do with whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Ralph's in California.
Hi, Michelle. It was busy in Burbank. There was a lot of people there, and it was so warm that day. It was very humid. I missed Ohio humidity.
I missed high humidity there when we were in like Idaho and Washington, and I missed high humidity when we were in Yuma.
Now everything is about Kroger.
Yeah. But Albertsons is another place that there was a whole bunch of different ones because they're under several different names like Safeway. And I did go to a couple of those when we were on the road. I really don't enjoy going to Walmart. So, I try not to go there if at all possible. And there was another one.
Don't buy nitrogen packed meat, guys. It will stay red for like a year. And that'll be the ones with like the slightly bulged skin tight cover over the plastic tray. If it's wrapped up in saran wrap or something, it's okay. But it's that nitrogen packed meat. It doesn't oxidize, so it keeps that red. It acts funny. May, I don't know what's going on with the ambulance. I really hope that somebody got her taken care of. The last I saw, Blinky was taking it off his truck, and Eric said he had several local shops that were in some sort of bidding war to do it for the publicity. I wish he had got it out there before the People's Convoy folded.
I never even thought about that.
I hope Tracy's okay. She's in our prayers. She's a really sweet lady. I wish her the best.
People should still want to do it because it's still good publicity for them if they do it.
I hope everything works out okay for her there. I really wish her the best. I was pretty serious when I told her you got to get this into a shop and it's got to be thoroughly checked after the accident. And other people told her that everything was fine. It didn't need to. So, she wanted to go that route. And
oh, it's already at a shop.
Oh, all right. It's at a shop.
So
Perfect.
Good. Oh, Freedom Ford is here. Hi, Andrew.
The stuff in the sealed packs is packaged in nitrogen, and that keeps the oxygen off of it. So it does not ever, sometimes after a day or two, you got a package of ground beef or something in the fridge, and it'll start to get kind of a brown color on the outside. That's the oxygen reacting with the blood. It's actually oxidizing and effectively rusting. It's the iron in the meat. But those sealed ones that are nitrogen packed, that does not happen. So that meat will look like you just bought it in 6 or 8 or 11 months. And I have some concerns about whether or not it's still palatable at that point. I probably wouldn't eat it myself. Frozen was one thing, refrigerated is another. Andrew, I hope you're up and running and back where you belong.
I haven't had any updates for several days.
You're, buddy, I'm telling you right now, you think you got problems now. That'd be a whole nother.
I would trade the Freedom Ford for the bucket truck.
You want to know how I got good at mechanicking? You look at that bucket truck.
Are you still stranded, or did you get home?
I hope he got home. Convoy fizzled out right after men can get pregnant. Men can't get pregnant, guys. That's not how that works.
I don't think they ever said that either.
Who said that?
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah, who
somebody
said
did.
that?
I doubt it if anybody on the convoy did.
The big thing I saw today someplace was that apparently they're putting litter boxes in high schools now for.
I saw.
Did you see that too?
I saw that on TikTok. That's ridiculous.
What
I
is
don't
that?
believe that.
They're putting litter boxes in high school for teenage girls that identify as cats.
There are people like that at my school, Dad.
I bet there are. I wouldn't hang out with them probably.
I didn't. They wore tails to school.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to check out Freedom Ford's stream. Said he was living in his storage unit.
Ah,
Is that a joke, or are you making fun?
I don't know. They usually get you $2 or $3 a day, so it's barely worth it.
Hey, I've thought about it. I'm home at my storage unit. LMAO.
Nice.
You look at me funny, like I've really like, you know, like.
What?
I could just get a storage unit and go in there and hide from you guys.
Oh, way cheaper than rent. Way
cheaper than a second apartment.
Okay, then do it. If you want to do that so bad, do it. I won't stop
Chucky.
you. Chucky, get off the door.
Oh.
That is the evil Chucky doll.
Yeah, we have a 16, 18-month-old cat that likes to bat its water dish and tear out screens
He's
and
evil.
knock stuff off my dresser.
Ate
Another
my
cat
pants.
type activity.
Terrorizes Pearl. Was best friends with Moses though. He's so cute though.
Yeah, I used to watch those little houses, like turning the cargo containers into a little house. You could even have like 2 or 3 of them, and then you can have a
That'd be
little
cool.
tiny mansion.
Oh, yeah, I've been
Tiny
wanting to do
village.
shipping containers for a long time. Just bury them in a hillside.
Yep. And then when we were looking at land for down south Ohio, we thought about that. And then we thought about putting the son down there because he would like it.
Yeah.
And we just have you to get rid of.
Me?
No, her. Well, yeah, you're after Sophie. Oh,
I'm not that easy to get rid of. He should have a gang box across the back of that truck. It would make his life a whole lot easier.
Yep, there Chucky goes, batting at his water
because
dish.
I've not been home to yell at him, and he drags it all the way to the middle of the room, and then he splashes the water around, and then he licks it up off the floor.
At least he cleans up after himself.
Not all of it.
I bet that you could bolt a job box or a knack box or something up on the back of that crusher frame rails. I've never measured to see, but you got that super stretch chassis cab or tractor or whatever you want to call it. But that'd be handy until you come across a sleeper.
The cargoes have gone up.
Oh, they're doubled.
But yeah, Freedom 4 the other night, they were really, trolls were going at it on guessing who was a Fed, who was a mole, so-and-so's a bad actor, and we were just going at it, and it's like, it's always the people that you least expect. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
definitely Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And then
Yeah, right.
Mr. and Mrs.
somebody
Mechanic.
said it was being dad, and it's like, oh my goodness, you got us red-handed. And somebody even mentioned that, a troll did in the comments, like, you know, we could show them our badges at any time. I didn't even mention it to you because it made you laugh about it. But yeah, like, some people are really imaginative.
I missed something here. They're talking about AK Steel.
Did like that grain truck.
Yeah, I always keep my eye out for old farm trucks and grain trucks because they get used like 2 months out of the year, and guys hang on to them forever. They usually sit in the barn the rest of the time. Yeah, we're the feds.
Yeah. We know all about you, Andrew.
We're gonna focus a massive investigation on you, bud. After we spend $2 or $3 million, we'll realize you're just some Arizona guy.
There are people out there watching it right now. It's that big white van.
Okay. Haven't really been keeping up with Santa and his crew too good. We checked them out. Well, I mean, we checked them out 5 or 6 times today. I did, at least. And I know Mrs. Mechanic spent a lot more time than me. But like I said earlier, I'm going to let the dust settle and see what pops
We
up.
gotta get our jobs complete up here.
Yeah, I got work to
before
do,
we
guys.
think about it.
Oh, you are a Fed. I'm surprised that we haven't bumped into each other in a meeting.
Thank you, George. Says that you are adorable.
Huh?
George says that you're adorable.
Thank you, George.
Yeah, but Freedom 4 was definitely one of the ones who was a Fed. Wizzy was a Fed.
Yep. But we were all at Quantico, together, remember?
Sometimes people would say Oreo, but Wizzy is the one that got the blame for it mostly. And then Freedom Ford.
Freedom Ford was frequently
definitely the
Fed.
top 2,
Yeah.
but there was a couple more of
we
them.
were
But those were the
some
2
couple
that you
times.
all the time. I didn't really hear that at camp. On the chats, yeah.
It was mostly the more creative folks.
Yeah.
Or the ones prone to
imaginative.
Yeah, imaginative folks.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some crazy in Grey Wolf is what Carl thinks, and I guess yes he was, but he was like in and out so often that, you know, probably out more often than he was in. Well, some of us work for the IRS, and then some of us, you know, are the CIA.
Yeah, there was a lot of it.
What do you work for?
Well, she wasn't
I don't
out
work
there.
for no one.
No, almost everybody at the convoy, it seems, at one point or another, seemed to have some manner of job as either a federal agent or a spook or
Paid protester,
secret
from the
service.
side.
Yeah, there was a lot of paid infiltrators.
And all in all, it's just like, you know, not everybody is perfect, and when they mess up, the first assumption shouldn't be that they're fed or that they're here to take us down. some people just make mistakes. And you're still taking selfies of yourself out here.
It's Snapchat, Mom.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there were people there acting as bad actors. I'm sure that, there's a kernel of truth to everything, but here in recent weeks, especially, we've been small enough that I don't think we were getting a lot of attention from people trying to.
Anthony works at Burger King.
What does that have to do with?
Burger
all
King's pretty
feds.
good.
Oh.
Drew, while you
They
were
make
gone,
more money.
And you're a Fed trainee, Sophia.
while you guys were gone, Drew ate 3 Whoppers and one time. He ate 3 Whoppers.
I don't care.
That's what happens when we leave on the credit card.
Those things are this big.
He's a grown man.
That was my first
God,
Whopper
I
I
haven't
ever
even
had.
looked at that bill.
Chucky.
That's an interesting
Let's
point,
hear
Max,
it.
and probably rings very true.
Yeah.
The more worried they are about you, the more they must have to worry about.
I know that we could not pick up any good media coverage, so that's why I thought that they were really afraid of us.
In retrospect,
They
they
did
may
not
just
want
not
us.
have cared at all. But
They didn't want the message to get out because they knew that if it did, everyone would be in agreement. There would be no worried about numbers.
that is our daughter, Mater. And yes, George Freedom Ford is. He was in here a couple of minutes ago. If he's not now.
Was I mentioned? Yes, I am the daughter.
His daughter mechanic.
The youngest.
Yeah, Freedom Ford was in here, George. I don't know if he's still in here or not, but he was just chatting.
Hugh, I don't know where you'd find that many terrible actors to slap all in one place.
I kind of felt like we were actors in this soap opera because it was so not peaceful
Dramatic.
sometimes and very
Intense.
dramatic. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. Towards the end, I was starting to feel like a preschool teacher, and people were run up to you. Oh, Billy said that he doesn't like me. Well, I'm sorry. But there was, I don't know. It was an interesting experience, and
It was, because Santa mentioned something in one of the things that I saw today, how he was trying to walk away and there were so many people that just accosted him.
oh, they do.
And that's what it was like. I mean, it's really truthful.
You were getting it.
You can't walk from your tent to the bathroom in less than an hour. And that's how long it stopped to talk to everybody and be polite and try to make it quick and
Is Mike D
get there.
who I think it is?
I don't.
Are you Mike D with the blue flames?
No, that's Louise.
Oh.
I am pretty sure, unless he has two, whatchamacallits.
I wonder who Funky Monkey is.
Won't you take me to?
Funky Town.
I need to get my cherry Coke.
I did like the spaghetti in Hagerstown before we left, but I don't know how much Freedom Ford liked the whole Banning.
Yeah, Banning was not kind to Andrew. A lot of things, I don't want to say conspired against him, but he was at the bottom of the hill and everything rolled down it. Let me just put it like that. And yeah, I tried to tell him to keep his chin up, but did seem like he was kind of just the convoy whipping boy for a while there, which I don't know why.
Thank you, Mater. Stinky Peaky asked what happened to Freedom's girl and where is she now? I don't really know. I wasn't there. I have no idea. I never really talked to her before, during, or after. I know she got kicked out back in California.
Who are we talking about?
Freedom Squirrel.
She got kicked out in Texas.
No, California.
Was it?
I said it was Texas at the beginning, and somebody corrected me and said it was California. I cannot really remember quite sure. I just believe that I was wrong and that they were right.
Slag Cat, that's probably about right. I think that the organizers were able to get it off the ground, but they did not understand the finer points of continuing and growing it once they did. And I'm sure you guys have heard me say it. The true mark of character is knowing when you're in over your head. And none of us like to be in over our head. None of us want to admit that we need help, but you reach a certain point where you're going to make things worse if you don't know what you're doing. And there's no shame in that. There really isn't.
Mike D says, I don't like the flames. You don't like the blue flames on the white truck, or?
So Rat Rod, Red, Monkey, and the rest of the Freedom Outlaws split Friday about noon, well before any of the stuff started going down. They were ready to get out of there anyway. Those guys really seemed to suffer a worse reputation than they deserved. I spent a lot of time with them. They didn't put up with a lot of nonsense, but if you didn't give them a lot of nonsense, they didn't give you any. I never had any problems with them. I never had a single problem with any of them. Rat Rod was a good guy. Monkey was a good guy. They were rough around the edges, let's say that. And you guys should have known if it was a trucker convoy to begin with, you're going to attract some people that have unruly beards and long hair and big mustaches and other stuff.
You sending those emojis too?
George, I talked to Soup Mama. We were camped in what they called the back 40, and she was kind of like on the dividing line between them and the city, they called it, I think. But no, I stopped there nearly every morning to get coffee on my way to the Salt and Light Brigade to get more coffee.
I don't even think she knows about it. I haven't told her about her Coca-Cola.
What about Coca-Cola?
They all saw your Coca-Cola.
This is I gave Drew my cherry Coke, I guess. So this is the Starlight Limited Edition Coca-Cola Space Flavored Coke. Woke.
I really screwed up and accidentally introduced Mrs. Mechanic to Mexican Cokes in a taqueria in someplace in Texas.
I was just thinking about my.
It
I know.
Was it good?
It was very good.
tastes just
Made
like
with
the
real
80s.
sugar. Yeah, and it's in a glass bottle. I'd probably drink it more often if I could find it up here. I have to go and look at it.
Have it imported.
Yeah. Oh, I miss you guys too.
I can't keep up with these.
It really, really sucks. Yeah, I missed you guys. Dr. Pepper Darkberry.
They've got way.
I
You
would
know
try
what?
that.
You know what I hate, guys? Those stupid Coke machines in fast food restaurants that make you pick your own flavor, because they always taste like you got about a half inch of something else in the bottom of the glass. They're never quite right. What's the difference between regular Coke and Mexican Coke? American Coke is now made with corn syrup. Mexican Coke is still made with cane sugar. It tastes just like it did back in the 80s, guys. I don't remember the 70s. I was there, but not for very long. Yeah, Coca-Cola Freestyle. Give me a break. How hard is it to? I would rather just have to pick from 4 or 5 different flavors of soda pop than have 140 at my disposal and they all taste like crap. But that's just me.
No, Chucky.
Stupid cat.
He's got a bug in there. He's
I know it's a big
I
moth.
don't think he
I
has
know.
it. He's just
I saw it when it first went in.
Oh, he's jumping high.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
But he just plays with them, and I don't want it to. I have to figure out something with the screen this year. All Cook's profits go to the CCP.
I'm not
What's
certain
CCP?
about that.
CCP?
Mm-hmm. Got to do some research.
You can't just tell me.
Mm-mm.
Chinese Communist Party.
Oh.
Hi, Ripta. How's it going? I don't. Did you go over with Soup Mama or with Santa?
Oh, really? I did not know that about Coke. I haven't had a chance to pay attention to anything lately, guys.
What?
I think Coke has been owned by,
Bought by a Chinese company.
yeah, for a little while now.
You know who I'd like to see make a major market surge is Ski. Unless you're from southeastern Ohio, you probably never had a bottle of Ski. Bottom line. We'll have to get some, baby. I could go for some Ski pops.
Probably get it at Jungle Gyms.
I'm sure we could.
Mm-hmm.
We could have got it. I'll take you someplace we can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Or grocery stores carry it.
Right now we got to get Freedom Ford wants to know what Ski is.
Text me a mailing address, Andrew. I'll get you some.
It's a pop soda.
It's kind of like Mountain Dew, but kind of not. And it's about as hillbilly as they come.
It's the slurm from
They still make
Slurm from
you.
Futurama. They still make Yoo-hoo, but I could never stand that crap. I did not like New Coke.
No. Now, what she had this Starlight stuff. I tried it once just because, and this was like right before we left.
There goes
It's not
one.
super
It's kind of
crisp.
different, like
It tastes different
tell it
every time
tastes-
I get one.
like Coke, but
I get like a cotton candy or like creme
Mhm.
brulee, something definitely like sweet, like just like Coke mixed with
And I don't-
those.
drink a lot unless it's with
Crown Royal.
yeah. I like Coke and Crown Royal. I do.
Ew.
Mhm.
Yeah, Max, we'll continue to live stream. I don't know what we'll be doing, but you're welcome to watch me do stuff.
You should do day in the life of Patriot Mechanic and just film your day. That's what like girl vloggers do.
That's kind of what I've been doing.
Well, yeah, but like then
I like
today
the
we're gonna be
root beers with cane sugar too.
going to Target.
I definitely want to
What's
check
that?
out the rally that's coming up and see what's going on around here, because that'll be easy enough to do a day here and there and still get work done.
Fago, the cotton candy Fago. I'm gonna have to agree with you, Freedom Ford. Cotton candy Fago.
You'd
He
like
just
Freedom
says
Ford.
Fago. He doesn't say cotton candy Fago.
But I'm just gonna assume that's what he meant.
I doubt it.
Just gonna assume he meant cotton candy flavored Fago.
It's the only good kind they have.
Only good kind. I never got my Freedom Ford selfie with the flags.
Oh, shoot. Kentucky Headhunters, Dumas Walker. Let's all go down to Dumas Walker's. You know what? They did mention ski in that.
Down to Dumas Walker.
Jeez.
Let's all go.
What is that?
The
We'll get a
song.
slaw burger, fries, and a bottle of ski.
Mhm.
Oh, you'll get to see the landscaping, but
Yeah, we gotta mow the grass. Definitely. It came back. It was too dark to see it, but
what do you think happens to my jeans when they get all worn out in the knees? That'll be on the, what do they call it, a paywall, though?
Paywall.
Where they have to pay to see that?
yeah. There goes half of our subscribers. And then I have to go and she's like, so and so reported.
You put me in some Daisy Dukes, leaned over an 80s pickup, and nobody's going to have time to report that.
For at least the next week, I gotta concentrate on work. Doing some research.
I think
for
I look
stuff
like
around
Leon
here.
Redbone.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I'm trying to think. He was an old singer.
I was Sophia Googling it to see.
There's one song of
Yeah.
his that I'm sure you'd recognize, but I can't remember what it is.
OnlyFans, Patriot Mechanic.
That would be a losing proposition, I think, guys.
This is
I don't know. A
Leon.
lot of people.
A lot of people are leaning on me and the Daisy
They-
Dukes.
Even before they're like, "Are you two married?" Not hitting on him, but just wondering.
Sorry, ladies, I'm taken.
Anyone that owns a Ford has holes in the knees.
It barely matters, although that's a
I
lot of oil on the bottom of mine today, I noticed.
remember Team,
And
I think Fresca may still
what about,
be.
hang on, what about Tab? Who remembers Tab?
Thank you, Freedom Ford. Yeah. I mentioned Tab last time, and there was a couple people that drank it. I've been to Bogart's with the oldest daughter and her friend for Mother's Day. It's been a few years ago. We went to see All American Rejects.
Oh yeah.
And it was a very good time. Bogart's is a very small venue in Cincinnati, but it's a really cool place. I'd like to go back there sometime.
You should take me to an All American Rejects concert.
It was they put on a good show.
That's one of my favorite bands. I don't know why I didn't get to go.
I think you were just a pup.
Yeah.
You weren't too old, but no, it was just like a me, Kate, and Jess thing.
I don't know, the hillbilly juice I remember came in mason jars.
And we just got a new sheriff.
Did we?
Not that long
A new
ago.
sheriff?
Still Dave Phelan, isn't it?
No, that other guy won.
Oh, did he?
Because
In November, I guess.
Dave retired.
Oh.
And we really wanted Tussie.
Yeah, cops around these parts definitely act a fool.
But we didn't get him. We got the other guy.
I remember that Spectre, and that was before everybody was on the green recycling craze. Now we just have to. Glass bottle recycling was super easy. Everybody did it. It gave kids something to do, kept the side of the road clean. Now we don't have that. Those are actual frogs, Rudd. That's what we call spring peepers. They're looking for girlfriends.
We always took the bottles back.
Oh, yeah. Almost every store would have a little spot set up just for that, and they'd stack them up, and everybody brought their bottles back in. That's how we did it.
We had a special spot in the shed.
Jolt soda, man, that's got to be what, 25 or 30 years ago?
We don't have any more bottle deposits. We have recycling centers, but they're never in the stores.
And there's no incentive to take your bottles there besides.
And there's hardly anything in bottles anymore.
There's hardly anything in glass bottles, yeah. Just beer. Little Toms. I don't remember Little Toms, but I do remember Little Kings. And what, Genesee Cream Ale? Oh my God, those little beers.
Oh, we needed that deposit. That's why we took them back.
Yeah, but when we were kids too, you could go down to the store and get, for 50 cents, you could get a handful of candy. A lot of places still had penny candy.
Week. I mean, yeah, it was literally penny candy.
We'd go down to the place after football practice nearly every day, and you take a quarter or whatever.
And you could pick out whatever you wanted, a penny a piece.
Yep.
And I would pick out usually 5 different things, 10 a piece, and most of them would be gone by the time I got home.
Yeah.
You can still get candy that's like 10 cents a piece at like Five Below in Party City.
Mm-hmm.
Stroh's, yeah. Who remembers Iron City and Iron City Light? Man, I drank a lot of that stuff back. Oh. You have a Jolt in your fridge? How long has that been there, man? Jeez.
I wish it was warmer here, but it was a cool day.
It was a nice day, though. I had a little bit of tree work to do, and it's always nicer to do that in slightly cooler weather.
I guess I'm just so used to hearing the frogs around here.
I got to climb a tree tomorrow. I haven't been up one in a couple of years. I found most of my stuff, so.
There are a bunch of rabbits out there, like a bunch of rabbits, like 5 to 7 of them just playing out there for a long time.
No, the rabbits in the driveway, they do not care when I go to the car in the morning. They are right by my feet.
3-2 beer. George, I have not had an old Milwaukee since like 1996. And there was this old guy who I was doing some electric work for in his attic. And I was just a young man. I could drink a lot of beer back then. But it was like 110 degrees in this attic. And this old timer just kept handing me these old Milwaukees. And I kept drinking them. Oh my God, I don't think I've ever felt worse. And I wasn't like drunk sick. It was just, but I have not drank an old Milwaukee to this day since then. It's been at least 25 years. Hey, Ripta, I'm happy to say hi to you. You're just always moving. I do not like McRibs. I believe I had one once many years ago, and I will not repeat that mistake. I do remember Schlitz. Now you still hanging out there in Hagerstown area, Ripta, seeing how this progresses. I didn't know if you bounced over to the AFC or what you were up to.
Yeah. I've never liked that McRib.
Tim, I drink mostly Rolling Rock today. We just went out and got a couple had sandwiches last night with a couple Rolling Rocks.
They finally have to subscribe. Yeah, it's a bonfire, but our fire is like way over there.
Mrs. Mechanic always puts stuff where it's least convenient to
Well,
get
no,
sick.
that's where we usually. That way, the kids they can go out behind the fence, and I can't hear them usually.
No, I'm scared to use that fireplace
Now
with
she's
my
scared to
friends.
use fire pit because it's too far away.
Because you can hear me and my friends talking.
Well, when you're loud.
I didn't know they made Rolling Rock light, and Milwaukee's Best is not for me either. I never liked the ice beers.
So, Rolling Rock light. Thank you, Loretta.
Roger that, Ripta. I thought I'd seen you back here someplace, but I couldn't remember the last time, and the past few days were very hectic.
Loretta, I just want to say that I already am a huge Patriot, and I really appreciate your engagement on our live. But no, I definitely am a Patriot. 4th of July is my favorite holiday.
But it takes more than that.
I know, that's just like a bonus, I guess, like just to like extra.
Yes, Melinda, I remember Boone's Farm quite well. That was
Strawberry Hill.
You can't beat $2 wine. Andrew, IPAs are, some of them are okay, some of them are not. What people need to realize is just because you made a big batch of beer, it does not mean that it doesn't taste like shit.
What does the 33 stand for on the Rolling Rock? I read it and I can't remember.
I can't.
Was it the route?
So they were in the glass-lined tanks of Old Latrobe, which was in Pennsylvania, as I recall.
Yeah.
I can't. Now they've moved them though, and I don't think it's not the same.
Well, I moved all my apps around. And I can't find my. There's the internet.
Steel Reserve. That is heavy stuff. No Mad Dog. No Mad Dog.
That's what I thought of when they said.
I remember a
booze.
bottle of orange Mad Dog when I was in high school. And that killed it for me.
I know that like shot of scotch I really wasn't used to. That Black Wolf. Yeah, see it says Route 33.
Okay.
Signifies the 33 words in the beer's original pledge of quality. Oh, from the glass line tanks of Old Latrobe, we tender this premium beer for you. Blah, 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 blah. Does
Billy
sound kinda
beer.
good.
Little Kings, Tim, man, those little half beers go down so easy, don't they? But you can get torn up.
What's the other one with the dark bottle? Red something?
Genesee Cream Ale?
No.
Red Stripe?
Yeah.
Red Stripe. Mrs. Mechanic likes Killian sometimes. I do too.
Like Killian's. I like Amberbach. You haven't been to Cedar Point for a very long time.
I did see that Top Thrill Dragster. I don't know if that's Cedar Point or Kings Island, but it is not going to be open for the 2022 season, unfortunately.
You like it coming out of the worm at Hot Wayne? He's down in Kentucky.
Who?
A guy named Wayne.
Oh, I didn't see.
He might be running a few degrees warm.
I'm at Hot Wang.
Jameson and ginger ale. Oh, we've drank some Land Shark.
I've had Jameson. I do like Land Shark. Oh, Ripta lives in Kentucky. I didn't know how it's done. I like Kentucky.
Ripta seemed like a pretty good guy. We didn't hang out a
Not
ton.
too often at
but
all. I've never really.
I didn't see him starting any trouble either. So
yeah, it's always nice to less drama.
Riptide Ripta.
It's Ripta 3-3 Gaming.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying that could be the new handle, Riptide Ripta.
Making new handles for everybody.
Yeah, I'm actually very good at coming up with usernames and nicknames, so let me know if you need one.
Dieter.
Has had.
Buddha 2 beer. My mother's parents were both from Lithuania, actually, if you can believe it.
Somebody in line got hit in the head with a metal part from the Top Thrill Dragster.
What?
Maybe.
Oh, that's really... See, I really wanted to go to, like, Kings Island this summer.
No Goldschlager,
It's
no
'cause it's
Fireball.
right there, but everything is... Every amusement park is...
The IPAs, I've tried some of them. I've tried a bunch of them. Some are okay, some aren't. It's tricky getting...
They remind me of dirty grass. I mean, like, I don't know. I just don't like it.
Jameson's good. I really like Macallan.
Well, thank you guys for having me. Daughter Mechanic is going inside.
Have a good evening, Daughter Mechanic.
I love you. You got to get up for work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Surprised you're still awake.
Sorry about that.
You can just take the keys for the Jeep, and then I'll see you when you get home.
All right. Love you. Good night.
I love you too. So I'm guessing we got the truck fixed.
My truck. It's operational. I wouldn't say fixed. It's
because we won't have the Jeep until like 10 a.m. I heard from the Overpass Granny. I know that a local invited her into her home. So she's staying at a local's house right now.
Good.
Yeah.
Presidente.
Lithuania has a Taiwanese embassy now.
I was reading that too. He was mentioned a Lithuanian beer, and I mentioned that most folks are from there. I did not find any bird droppings in the house when we got back, so she must have cleaned them up.
Yeah, I was really, really happy, and trust me, I have looked. I didn't know what I would find, and I was really scared, but I haven't found any. I mean, that's not to say like everything else. Chucky started to move that chair and it almost fell and he darted underneath the bed.
No lie, Dieter, I drank Macallan 12. It's like $40, but it's still not bad.
Her name is Sophia.
Blue Moon is not bad.
I like Blue Moon.
Well, guys, it was good talking to you. We'll try and get back out here again. I don't know if we'll do it daily or not, but hopefully I'll probably do something tomorrow and we'll take you along.
That's what I was thinking because it's really nice at the lake.
It is nice at the lake.
Can't hear very much if we run the saw.
I will, Andrew. I will. Man, I almost bought a real nice maroon one about 4 or 5 years ago. It was a farmer's truck. It was just sitting on the side of the road. I think he wanted $8,500 for it. Perfect condition. But I'll keep my eyes open.
Yeah, Rudd, we used to spend a week out of the summer down at Yogi Bear Campground at Kings Island. And there was a couple of times that we had some pretty big storms through there.
I believe it.
But we had an old Army canvas tent.
Those are the good ones, though.
It was so heavy, and I mean, there's so many pieces to it. It took forever to set it up. But it always held up well in that weather.
Don't think Santa is going to allow drinking. That may cut down on some of the participants, I'm not going to lie.
Where do you see that at?
Carl says it up about there.
I don't know how he feels about the drinking, because I know that some of them that are there do drink, and I think that the problem is when people can't handle it.
Correct. If you want to drink to excess, then this may not be the place for you. And
but
I've said that since the beginning.
By this late in the game, the people who wanted to party are no longer with us.
That's pretty much true.
I don't see Santa making a whole bunch of
Santa's not going to make a whole bunch of rules
like that.
He's probably going to put out coarse ones like don't be a jerk and do what you're supposed to do. And if you can't handle that, then you really don't belong here. Which was my opinion from the get-go. This was never supposed to be a party or a vacation or anything else. I'm not saying people shouldn't be excited and enjoy themselves, but it's serious business, folks. It really is. It really is. And
there's like a time and place for everything, and it's definitely not every day.
It's not every day.
Or at least drinking. I mean, because especially in the summer, I can drink every day. I can have a beer because it's hot, and I work outside, and I like beer when I'm hot, but I guess the partying thing every day.
It's not that you have to be discreet, but just You really shouldn't need to fall down drunk every day.
Mm-mm. Oh. Yeah, the reason why we had the no drinking rule is because some people kind of got out of hand, but then, you know, I don't think people ever really stopped, but it kept them in check to where they knew that if they weren't supposed to be drinking, then they shouldn't get caught with it. So people behaved better.
I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of individuals attended the convoy because it seemed like something fun to do, and they weren't necessarily there for any particular reason or to any end. They just wanted to hang out and party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's about 10:30. We got to get up tomorrow for work. Finish
Yes, we
up
do.
that tree. We'll take you with us. We're definitely going to keep with the movement one way or another. Haven't really decided which route to take. I terribly miss a lot of people in Hagerstown. I just keep telling myself this was the week that I had to come back to work to get some stuff done. We only have so much time here in Ohio to work outside. And we've already missed out on a lot of it not being home. And, you know, I'd like to get caught up so that way I can put some time on, you know, try to look up that rally tomorrow.
Yeah, we got to check that out because
so I can see if it is
look at that cat
real or
pulling
what.
that
I
door
know
open by the
he's
screen.
doing it. I know.
Maybe we'll spend some time this week working on my truck, guys. Columbus I can get to. Like I said, it's about 45 minutes away, but there's still
I know
a
they've been
number of
circling
issues.
270 and stuff, but I haven't checked for over 2 weeks about it. I know that if I realized there was a good rally, I think, in DC yesterday, and if I would have realized the date, I would have liked to have gone. I don't know. We'll have
Everything
to
was
see
going
it.
south.
Yeah. But no, we've not given up. It's just that I was even out of cigarettes that day. We had like the tornado warnings. It was a very trying and frustrating day. And then to be told that it was over, it was like, okay, well, let's just head home. Yes, we did stop over there with the other convoy and checked them out. We did
They were very welcoming.
drive around and kind of look for Soup Mama's place, but we really didn't find it. And, I mean, it was getting late at night and I was just spent and exhausted and didn't want to start anything, commit to anyone, and have to leave Tuesday to come back here for work. So we're not done, but
Rudd local grassroots is probably the most effective
yeah.
thing to do. People that know you will listen to you if you have something worth saying, and that's the bottom line. People that don't know you really, often as not, don't care what you have to say.
So I always say to start those conversations with people and let them grow. If you go to church, start them there. If you already volunteer somewhere, meet somebody new tomorrow and have a conversation with a stranger tomorrow about something. Even if you've got to do it online, start a pleasant conversation with somebody online.
Yeah, and don't steamroll people. Tell them what you think and ask them what they think. If they don't think like you, ask them why.
A lot of the time I give them a little bit of information and I direct them and then I say, check this out so they can think for themselves. I want them to check it out, you know. Thank you, Carl.
That's what we're going for.
Yeah.
But I got to turn in. I got
Yep.
stuff to do this evening still, and I like to be up pretty early. We'll take you out tomorrow, and I'll climb up a tree and use a chainsaw. We'll see how that goes.
And I'll drag wood around on the ground and throw it on a trailer.
I did not get my chipper going for anybody who was watching earlier.
We did not have time. But I know.
I didn't even mess with it. I'm sure it'll fire right up as soon as I get all that brush loaded on a trailer.
I'm more interested in just getting the job done tomorrow and get it out of the way. Like I said, it was really nice being back to work. I was getting excited, feeling good. And I just want to do it again tomorrow.
No problem, baby. We can do it every day.
Yeah, I think this weekend we'll fit in a rally and maybe go for a hike somewhere.
If you can convoy for 46 days straight without taking a break, I bet you can work for that long too.
I was getting kind of frustrated toward the end. And I can tell you it's not quite as physical as what I do. I'd actually be wore out if I did what we did 46 days in a row. Because it's a lot more physical work.
It is.
But I probably would be a lot happier because it's a lot nice for mental work. Yes, we've really enjoyed you. I want to tell y'all, really thank you so much for all of your support. Like I said, your kind words, your compliments, your inspiration, keeping us going, the emails, the messages, all of it. Not only for us, but the other people, for those that truly needed it, for the convoy, and then the continued support for whatever we're going to do in the future and whatever organizations and little mini groups are out there. It's not just the 1776 or Soup Mamas. When I got online today, there is a whole bunch of different convoys all over the nation. There are plenty of grassroots. You can go with the skulls. There are so many different things that we can continue to do, and we don't have to sacrifice 3 months straight to do it.
We realize this is undoable for a lot of people, a whole lot of people. We just happened to be in a situation this spring that
I feel really fortunate and blessed that we were able to do it. And then part of me thinks, we've got to go to work while the weather is warm.
Gotta go to
we're not going to have work when it's cooler. Then we maybe could go and convoy during the winter in the southern months.
There you go, Andrew. I don't know where you're getting the free labor.
But yeah.
But it was great talking with you guys again tonight. We'll do it again soon. Like I said, we'll
see you tomorrow.
We'll probably be live tomorrow doing something.
We'll be working. But you can watch.
If you see at work with Patriot Mechanic, go ahead and check out what we're up to. There's a good chance I'll get hurt at least a little bit. So
we're cutting down a tree tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing tree work. We've worked for this customer before. There's other work that she wants us to do, but then there was a storm at our other property. So that kind of took precedence over everything else because it was kind of into the lake over the boat.
Smashed up a boat hoist.
Yeah, it damaged the hoist a little bit. Plus it kind of, it's not real wide in some areas, so you don't want stuff in the lake's already pretty narrow and shallow.
Look, we went out today with a pole saw just to trim it up a little bit and drag some stuff out of the water, and I was able to make the determination I do not need to take a boat out to the site, so that makes life a little bit easier.
And then we just started cutting and piling it up and got a lot of the work done today. I was planning on doing it all tomorrow, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, we'll bang it out tomorrow.
So we'll get it done tomorrow, and then the next day we'll start on that porch, and just to keep on a trucking.
Go from there.
But
I think
not
my
in the
brother's got
tunnel,
my
I
big
guess.
saw. But we'll see if we can do like some, I don't know. If you guys just want to watch
We
me,
have a
we'll do all kinds of junk.
PayPal because we actually, it's in the one description, but we have customers that pay us through PayPal. A couple of them. So that's the only thing that I actually had
it for.
before. Because there's a few customers
that like to do it that way.
And I don't mind, you know.
I'm still a paper check guy myself, but
yeah, sometimes.
I understand those are going the way of the dinosaur. Much like the Dewey Decimal System. You guys remember that? Okay, I'm going to leave you with that for the evening. Think about the Dewey Decimal System.
Posted he just made it home.
Brian did?
Brian.
Oh, Bryant made it home?
Yeah.
Did he post it?
Well, D. Ross said Brian just posted he made it home.
Outstanding.
So, and Freedom Ford is the free labor, so come up whenever you want.
Ah.
And I love the barter system. But yeah, I'm happy that Bryant made it home. I hope that we all should say prayers and send positive thoughts tonight, that the next time he does see his wife, that she recognizes him and they get as many lucid moments as possible. You know, that would be really great for him, for sure. And he definitely deserves it. I don't know anybody else who deserves it more. So yeah, I'm glad that he made it home safe. But yeah, we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hope you all have a great night, and really truly thank you so much for spending the evening with us and the past 3 months, even though it wasn't one-on-one through our lives. I know that you guys have been there since February.
Yeah.
So it was a good time. Definitely not the way I thought it would end. Very sad and disappointed, but it's still very fortunate and blessed that we were able to be a part of it. So
yeah, definitely.
Hope you guys all have a good night. Get rested up, pit crew, because it's not just a convoy riding around being backseat drivers tomorrow. We got to haul some wood, and
I gotta get the splitter too. Over Dad's
maybe
way in the back.
Maybe catch a fire if we can get it over there, because it's probably too wet.
Oh no, I can start that with a leaf blower and some diesel.
I'm talking about driving a truck and trailer. But it's probably too wet to drive it on my yard. All right, love you guys. Sweet dreams.
See you tomorrow.
We're on a new something. Okay, here it is. I didn't know where the new button was. All right, good night.